So Sash, after the release of the version 1 of the OCD, what gave the inspiration for version 2? And what are the reasons behind some of the changes that you've made from the different versions?
Yeah, well, I think coffee, like all of us, we work with the product that we always want to try to make it better. Whether we work, on a farm level, or we have coffee machines, or anything, we want to see how we can improve what we're passionate about. And same with the version 1, that's only beginning, in my opinion, when someone invented the airplane for the first time, it's, as soon as they flew and they took off, and when they landed, they said, I actually can do this better, I can make that better. And this is what, coffee, that's what we had in our mind as well. And going in a coffee shop and seeing how we spin OCD version 1, it did not have a grip and it was falling from the bench. It was really hard to adjust the OCD with the plates as well. So we could not really get that perfect depth in order to get consistent results. So we needed to solve that problem as well. And thirdly, the material. And we've done quite a bit of studies and learned that having a brass material as opposed to stainless, we can reduce and control the statics from the coffee better, which means we can yield more out of the coffee and get that more rounded potential. And so this is what we have now, and it's in order to develop this, obviously there's been a lot of testing, a lot of protocols to get to this level. And but for me, it's about chasing perfection, and perfection is its journey, it's no destination. And whatsoever, we don't believe that this is the absolute perfection what we have at the moment, and we're really pleased that we're doing more experiments with the different materials, with different shapes, with different designs, in order to try to get that perfection to develop even more. So.
What are some of the lengths that you've gone to, if you can share them, in regards to developing the changes and implementing changes?
Yeah, well, only a couple of weeks ago, I was in Italy and testing more different materials and different bases. And lately, we've seen a lot of different coatings on our coffee blades, and we've seen how much they make a change in how coffee tastes. And I believe it's the area where we can look at base of distributing tool to see different materials, how do they interact with the coffee, and how can we achieve that consistency. Also running the experiments with being able to test hundreds and hundreds of shots and test the consistency of the TDS between these shots. Using OCD or maybe hand distribution or collapsing, and seeing how do we get these variables. Running 10 shots with the OCD and tasting these 10 coffees one by one and seeing what's the consistency between these 10 coffees, as opposed to consistency of 10 shots when we are running no distribution at all. So there's all of the decisions that I like to make is it's purely how can we get more consistent, more tasty coffee, and so it's not necessarily how do we achieve higher TDS or lower TDS. Having that in mind, we definitely need to use the science and expertise from different industries to see, how do we back up our theories, what we think, what's good, and to see whether that really makes sense by science. We've been also lucky enough to collaborate with the scientists and to be able to measure the density inside of the basket. CTI scans, and then we can actually do the X-ray of basket, not only from the surface or from the sides, but all the way throughout the middle, and to actually see what's the distribution within the basket, and if there's any air pockets, and then how do we reduce it.
Excellent.
And and as I said, it's a long journey. There's still a lot of things we need to learn about distribution, and there's a lot more testing we need to do in order to know why do we have possibly tastier coffee, or why do we have more consistent coffee, and also to learn how can we make it even better.
Very good, very good.